Hi friends, this is Sarvajan here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good. And today the topic I'm going to discuss about PIM SSM. What is SSM is a source specific multicast. That means the name itself implies that it will allow the packets from the specific source towards a multicast group address, and it also builds the shortest path tree towards the source. That means only from a specific source it will allow access to the corresponding multicast address. So it will create a S comma G. S is nothing but the source address. Assume this is a source address, and the multicast address I'm going to use is 232.1.1. This is the address I'm going to use for SSM. So for a source specific multicast, this is the range I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to accept the packet only from this corresponding source to this multicast group address. So that is the purpose of SSM. That is the reason I told it builds a SPT. SPT is a shortest path tree where S is the source address and G is the multicast address. So it will always allow the packet from this source to the corresponding multicast address. So if the packet is initiated, the multicast is initiating from some other source, then it will not accept. So that is the reason we call this as a source specific multicast. So I already configured all the corresponding interfaces on R1, R2 and R3. So now let us enable this PIM sparse mode. So I am going to enable sparse mode, but here another thing is here there is no RP. So in a sparse mode we'll use an RP. RP is a rendezvous point, which is a meeting point for forwarding or receiving the multicast traffic. But in this case, in this specific scenario, I'm not going to use any RP, but instead it is using a shortest path tree, that is a SPT towards the source, where the source is a corresponding source IP address and G is a multicast group address, where the packet is sending from the source to the corresponding multicast address, right? So that is the reason we call this as a SPT or a shortest path tree. So now let us go to the configuration R1 and let us enable the sparse mode. Configuration mode, interface fast ethernet 0 by 0 IP PIM sparse mode. Then I have to enable the protocol IP IGMP. So IGMP, it always supports in version 3 IGMP. So I have to enable IGMP version 3, right? So these are things I have to do in R1. So similar way I have to configure the sparse mode in both these interfaces R2, fast ethernet 0 by 0 and fast ethernet 0 by 1. So go to the configuration mode and interface fast ethernet 0 by 0 IP PIM sparse mode, right? Sparse mode and IP IGMP enable version 3. Similar way, let us go to second one. What is that? Fast ethernet 1, IP IGMP version 3 and IP PIM sparse mode. So I enabled the sparse mode on R1 and R2. So now I am going to enable on R3. Let us go to R3 and interface fast ethernet 0 by 1. So this is fast ethernet 0 by 1. What is the thing? IP IGMP version 3, then IP PIM sparse mode, right? So we enabled it. So now one more thing is pending. Since we have connected different networks, I'm going to enable the routing protocol OSPF, right? So since we are using different networks, 2 series and 1 series, so let us enable the routing protocol. So let us do a shotgun approach. Router OSPF 100 followed by network 0.0.0.0. That means it will allow all the networks. So mask will make it as 25 area 0. Similarly, let us enable it on R2. Go to the configuration mode. Router OSPF 100 and the network is 0.0.0.0 255.255. This means it will allow all the networks. That's the reason we are configuring this. This we call it as a shotgun approach. And similarly, let us go to R3, enable the protocol OSPF. Router OSPF 100, network is 0.0.0.0, 255.255.255.255 area 0. So I have enabled it on R1, R2 and R3. So what is pending is one more thing is pending. Now I am going to enable the PIM SSM default. So this is the thing I am going to enable. Adding to IGMP version 3, I have to enable this IP PIM SSM default on R1, R2 and R3. This is for enabling the PIM SSM feature. So let us go here, go to the configuration mode, IP PIM SSM default, right? Let us save it. Similar way, let us go to R2, go to the configuration mode, IP PIM SSM default. So this also enabled it. And let us go to R3, go to the configuration mode, IP PIM SSM default. So I enabled it on all the R1, R2 and R3. So one more thing is printing. So what is the thing is I'm going to restrict the specific source. So I'm going to enable the SSM feature. So in such a way that it should always allow the packets from corresponding source to this multicast address 232.1.1. Since it is SSM, I'm going to use in this range. So SSM always accept in this range. So let us create the multicast address 232.1.1.1 from this corresponding source. How to do that? Let us go to R3 and let us enable it. So go to R3 configuration mode and interface faster than 0x1 IP IGMP join group. This is a SSM range IP 232.1.1.1 and the source will make it as R1 source, R1 faster than IP. I am making it. So now I have done with most of the configuration. So now what we can do, let us enable the debugging on R1, R2 and R3. So R1, go to debug IP IGMP and let us debug IP PIM also. Similarly, let us go to R2 and let us do debug IP PIM and debug IP IGMP. Same thing on R3, IP PIM and debug IP IGMP. So these are the configuration you have done. So immediately you can see, right, there is a traffic flow. So what it is showing, so it is already joining the list. So it is creating the shortest path tree towards the source. So that is the thing you are seeing here, R2. So what is the source IP is 1.1, right? 1.1, it is joining, it is sending a join message with yes bit. That means it is building a shortest path tree towards the source. This is a source address and this is a multicast address. So that is the thing it is always create a S comma G. So S stands for the multicast source address of the R1 interface and this is the multicast address in the SSM range. So S bit is nothing but a shortest path tree. That is the reason you are telling it is sending a yes bit. That means it is sending, the R3 is sending a join message toward this corresponding source because already we have created the join message. So immediately it will send a PIM join message toward the source with this as the source address and this as a multicast address. So that is the reason creating the entry S comma G. So right. So you can also, if you want, we can check the multicast table in R3. So let us do show IP M route. So you're able to see, right, it is creating the multicast address in the entry source. This is S and this is a G and this is the flags, corresponding flags. You can see the flags. S is for sparse mode and P is for pruned and L is for local. So what is I? I is for, so we can say check it here. So I is for shortest join SPT. So right. So these are the thing. It is creating a shortest path tree towards the source. See I. I is for received source specific host report. That means it is joining the source specific multicast. So that these are the flags you have to always keep it in mind. So while doing a show IP route, you are seeing the corresponding entry in the multicast routing table, right, with the corresponding flags. And let us also do the show IP. Another command is there. Show IP IGMP groups 232.1.1.1. That is a group we have created for SSM. Click set detail. So you can see the flag set. So flag already you see the set is flag already set as SSM. That is a source specific multicast. And let us see. Source specific multicast and it will show the source address. From the traffic is initiated is 1.1 and what is the destination address is 232.1.1 S comma G, right? And we are seeing the flag SSM because of the SSM feature enabled. So it will continuously, it will send a join message toward the source. That is the reason I told us it will build the shared path, shortest path tree towards the source and there is no shared tree or RP. So that is the benefit of PIM SSM. So let us also, we can, if you want, we can create the generated traffic ping 232.1.1 source, let us generate 192.168.1.1, right? So what is the source is 1.1 and let us repeat as 10. So even after generating this source, you can see the flow here. Actually, it is showing the add group record 232.1.1. So this you discard it. This is a default group. It always there in all the IGMP groups. So it is adding a new record 232.1.1 and the source record is 1.1. So then you can see the join message 1.1 and 232 with S bit join, right? This is a join message it create towards the source. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just create from this source. Let us see. Let us initiate a multicast packet from R2. Let us see what happens. So still it will not join because I already enabled the SSM, right? So ping 232.1.1.1. Let us make the sources 192.168.1.2. Then let us repeat 10. 10 packets. So still, even though if I'm sending from some other source, this will not accept, because in R3 we enable the SSM and we have enabled the shortest path tree from source to this corresponding multicast address. So still you can see here R3. It is continuously flowing that, stating that it is already has entry in the multicast table with S as a source and G as a multicast address. So that is the reason, even if you are generating the multicast traffic from other router also, it will not accept. So that is a added advantage of PIM SSM feature. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Thanks and have a wonderful day. Thank you.